Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Pokemon Emerald. Last time we explored the ship near Dewford Island. This time we're going to be exploring some more optional areas. However, before we do that, I would like to say I'm sorry if Sharpedo's nickname is a bit more vulgar than I usually am, but I just had to do it. So now that we've got that out of the way, there's an area above Moss Deep City that I want to explore, and this area is actually really special in this game because it has a type that's exclusive to this area. And there's only, okay, before we go in here, I'd like to point out, notice how there hasn't been a single ice type in the game. No trainers have had any ice types, nor have we found any in the wild. That's because this game only has 3 families of ice types, and 1 is a legendary Pokemon, so yeah. However, you catch the other 2 ice types in here. Also, it's worth mentioning that this area you're going to have to come into twice, and so am I, because the tide actually goes in and out with every 4 hours, so I'm going to have to come here later. However, the wild Pokemon that you can find in here is a Spheal. This is one of the ice types that I mentioned. It's a ice and water type. Horrible typing for defensive, horrible typing defensively. However, attacking, it's pretty good. Because water covers every single type that ice is not very effective against. So like rock types, ice isn't effective against it, water type takes it down. And vice versa, ice takes down grass types while water is weak to it. So Spheal, however, you might want to be a bit careful if you choose to train it because it evolves at very late levels along with Trapinch. It'll evolve into a Celio at level 32, and at level 44 it evolves into Walrein. I am looking for a Max Repel. I need to get that out now that we've seen Spheal. This guy is important. Are you planning on going deep in there? How about bringing me back some Shoal Salt and Shoal Shells? Jeez, that's a tongue twister. I can make you something good if you bring me all the ingredients. Jeez, my voice is a bit weird. So yeah, we need to find some Shoal Salt, which you can only find while the tide is low. You can find Shoal Shells when the tide is high, so we're going to have to be coming back for that. However, for now, let's just move on. This area is just, that cave just leads to a place that is not important. Over here, nothing. Okay, well then let's just move on. That cave is actually a shortcut back later on. This is what Shoal Salt's going to look like, and it's going to disappear once you take it. We have an Ice Heal, which will heal a freezing effect. I should mention, ice types in this generation are not immune to freezing. However, come Generation 4, they are. And that's basically one of the very few upsides to using it defensively. I mean, the only type that ice types resist are ice types. So, yeah, it's pretty bad. Even normal is better defensively because it has an immunity, but no resistances. Anyway, a bit deeper here, there's nothing down there. You can use the item finder if you want, there's nothing there, surprisingly enough. And penetrating cold around these parts is impediment to training, but with focus one can overcome. With this focus band, buckle down and withstand the cold. The focus band is a really good competitive item because if you are at full health and you take damage, so much damage that it'll bring you down to 1 HP if you were to be knocked out, so that's good. What do we have in here? More Shoal Salt, so let's go ahead and grab that. I'm not exactly sure how much Shoal Salt you need for him to make it into the certain item that'll make for you, but we're going to be grabbing all that we can. It might be all the Shoal Salt that you can find, which would be 5. So that's cool. All of these little blue things that you can see are Shoal Shells, and we won't be able to get them unless the tide is high. So moving on, we already took that. You're going to want to come in here with Strength so that you can get down here. And there's going to be a floor coming up that has an Ice-type the other Ice-type Pokemon exclusive to it. And so we're going to find that if we can. It's called Snorunt. It is the only... No, it's not the only. It's a pure Ice-type Pokemon. So, as you can imagine, it's not really that good. Because it can't really cover much. When it evolves into Glalie at level 40, I want to say, it isn't much better. It has an 80 base stat total, or not total, but it has 80 in all of its stats. And it's not, I mean, it's not bad, but it's definitely not good. And Zubat. So we're going to find a Snorunt if we can. Here we have the Never Melt Ice, which will increase the damage of Ice-type moves. I could give that to Lumbre, actually, to increase the power of Ice Beam. And yeah, you can still find Spheals down here. All the Pokemon down here are going to be lower level than any Pokemon you find up higher, so keep that in mind. Alright, let's keep going and run into a wild Pokemon. And there's one more item on this floor that we want to get. I didn't mention it, but there are ice puzzles here. This is the only place where there... it's not the only place where there's an ice puzzle, but the other ice puzzle isn't like this ice puzzle. There's pretty much an ice puzzle like this in every game. So here's where it's at in this game. How do we go about this? This is how we go about this. And bam. Made it all the way through. So that's TM07 Hail, which will obviously increase. I cannot talk this episode. Oh my god! It will have the hail fall on the stage. Yes, that's how we're gonna go about it. Just because I can't talk. And you know what? Let's just go ahead and use the max, not the max repel, but where is it? Actually, no. We have a Pokemon that knows Dig. What are we doing? Let's get out of here. We've pretty much gotten everything we can get right now. We'll be coming back here later on to get the Shoal Bells and Shoal Shells. Oh my god, I cannot speak. Now that we've done that, though, I want to actually find an underwater spot that has... Okay. I didn't think you would look upwards. Alright. God. Really? Okay, so I want to find an area underwater that has grass in it so we can find a certain Pokemon that we are going to need. So I'm going to meet you all then when we find a spot. Alright, so there are 3 Pokemon that you can find down here. One is Clamperl, which actually evolves from the Deep Sea Scale and the Deep Sea Tooth, which the ship side quest will help you find those. And it only evolves by trading. I mean, the Pokemon it evolves... This is Clamperl. The Pokemon it evolves into aren't really that good, except for Gorobus, which actually, as I said earlier, gets the moves Shell Smash and Baton Pass. And it's the only Pokemon that can get that combination of moves. However, we can also find Chinchou down here, which is a water and electric type, which is a really good typing defensively. And another good thing about it is its 2 abilities, Water Absorb and Volt Lightning Rod, can either cancel out water or electric type attacks, which is pretty cool. And it's actually a really good defensive typing. However, I am looking for a Pokemon called Relicanth, and it's not really that important at all in this generation. In later generations, it has the move Head Smash, which is an insanely powerful Rock-type move, along with the ability Rock Head, so it doesn't take recoil from Head Smash, which damages you for half the damage that you dealt to the opponent. So as you can imagine, that's a really good combination. However, other than that, Relicanth really isn't that good, and we just need him for a side quest, so I'll probably cut until I find him, because he's like a 5% chance of encountering. Okay, geez, that took long enough. This is Relicanth, level 35. Actually, that's a really high level. I kind of would have preferred it lower. It is a water and rock type Pokemon, so it will be weak to ground type moves, so I'm just going to use Mud Slap and lower its accuracy. Oh, and a critical hit. That would have been bad if we used a Mud Shot. Oh my god. So it won't be able to do too much damage to us. It actually has a really high defense stat, which is why it won't be taking too much damage from these attacks, even though it is weak. But all of its other stats are really meh, and it's going to put me to sleep. So this is why I actually bought all those dive balls, because it will be easier to catch this Relicanth on the bottom of the seafloor. So let's see if it does it. Okay, I prepared to say 3, but it didn't even shake at all. Oh my god, and even though I lowered its accuracy by 3 stages, it's still hitting me consistently. That kind of sucks. Jeez, and as you can probably tell, Relicanth has an extremely low catch rate. It's not like as low as Chatot, but still, it's insanely low. A bit too much for a normal Pokemon. And... no! Come on! Get in my balls. Wow, the first netball works. As you can probably tell, I actually wasted all my dive balls on this thing. So, we caught a Relicanth, longevity Pokemon. This Pokemon is actually based on a real-life animal called a coelacanth, which was actually thought to be extinct until like 100 years ago when it was rediscovered. A live one was rediscovered. So, that's a little bit of interesting trivia for you. Anyway, now that we've done that, I want to go back to Moss Deep City. Alright, now that we've done that, we can actually go forward and explore some more of the ocean. This time we'll be heading down south, and actually I'm going to put up a max repel because I have no desire to mess with any of the wild Pokemon that we're going to be finding until we get to a certain route where we'll be having to catch another relatively hard to catch Pokemon. There are several spots that you can dive around here. Actually, you know what? There's a hidden item right down below here, I do believe. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that. No, actually, I'm thinking of a different spot. Oh, and one other thing you can do, obviously you move a lot slower underwater, but you won't encounter any wild Pokemon unless there's grass. So, if you want to travel around the ocean without finding any wild Pokemon, then this is the way to do it. Hey, here's an item. Heart Scale. You can trade those in with a Maniac later on to get your Pokemon to relearn some moves. Other than that, they're pretty much useless. You can also find Love Disc that have holding them, and that's pretty much the sole purpose of Love Disc. I think we should probably go back up now, so we don't completely lose our bearings on where we are. A couple trainers around here. There's a lot of items around here. Actually, there's an item right down here. I do believe it's a protein, so we're going to go ahead and grab that. This is a really small area to dive down. Yes, it's hidden in the rock. The rocks are the way you can tell if there's a hidden item there, by the way. So let's go ahead and get out of here. Actually, why don't we give that to one of our Pokemon? We could give it to Haryana, actually. That would work. Do we have... is it at the bottom? Yes, it is. So let's go ahead and use that on Haryana. Now I'll raise its base attack stat by 10 EVs, which basically means 2 stat points by the time it's level 100. It doesn't have full effect until level 100. Oh my god! Yes, it is. Alright, that trainer actually kind of took me by surprise, and we're going to be... we're registering so many people on our Pokénav that it's not even going to be funny how many times we get called. Let's go ahead and put the repel. Actually, we're getting... you know what? No, we're putting it up anyway. I was going to say we're getting close to the area where I want to catch that Pokemon, but I'm going to go ahead and do that off-screen. Actually, this is where you can find it. This is Route 128, I believe? 129. And on this route, you can find Wailord, which is the evolution of Wailmer, which we've seen a couple of times. However, Wailmer evolves on level 40, so if you don't want to raise your Pokemon all the way up to level 40, you can find Wailords wild on this route only. Sorry about that. For some reason, all the Chinese students are especially rowdy tonight. Must be a full moon or something. Anyway, yeah, you can find Wailord here at like level 20... What did I say? What did I say? Anyway, they're like level 25 to 35, so they'll be kind of easy to catch, and that will happen. Let's see if we can get through here without fighting any trainers that I don't want to fight, because they're all extremely low level thanks to Tate and Liza. Nope, don't want to deal with that, and now we're on Route 130. So you won't be able to find Wailords anymore. We are actually making our way to Pacifidlog Town, if you're wondering. Actually, there's an area up here, I do believe, that has a little hidden item, but I can't seem to find it. Alright, there was a trainer right there. I'm gonna just not avoid you. Okay. Neo leveled up to level 40. Oh boy. That's a lot of HP, oh my god. Alright, well that was a problem that I didn't want to happen. Let's get through here. Good. Okay. Jesus, the trainers, there's so many out here. It's not easy to avoid them all. That was possibly one of the most frustrating fights ever. That guy threw out a Pelipper, and it got a successful Protect On 5 times in a row. I'm not sure how low of a chance that is to happen, but it can't be high, I'm pretty sure. Anyway, this is Pacifidlog Town. This is where May actually spotted that one Pokemon in the sky that she was telling us about. So in the next episode, I'm going to have a Wailord ready and caught for a little side quest that we're going to be doing. And we're going to explore Pacifidlog Town. So I will see you all then, and goodbye.